NoMercyTV.com. Y'all already know what time it is. Survivor Series DMV 2 recapping the face-offs. You feel what I'm saying? First, we're gonna get into the single face-offs, because there was a couple of face-offs that, you know, they didn't go down because all of the battlers wasn't there. Not saying that niggas was gonna no-show or whatever the case was, but you know, when it come to doing these face-offs and then, you know, doing the battle, niggas gotta book, you know, 2 or 3 nights at a hotel, and, you know, everybody ain't, you know, got that time or whatever the case is. So, you know, there was some of the face-offs that only one battler could be there. So, we're gonna get off into the people that was there, Dolly first. Born. I like what Born was talking. I feel like he knows how to approach this battle, so he knows that as far as Joe, he can rap on Joe's level. You know what I mean? That's one of the things, like Joe, he doesn't get matched up with people who punch like he does, you know, punching haymaker and stuff like that. And somebody like Born, who does the same thing, but is more seasoned, has a little more personality with his shit, I feel like Born knows how to approach this battle, and I also feel like he's gonna beat Joe. You feel me? So I got Born taking that battle. You know, who else was there? Jack Boy. I feel like they sleeping on Jack Boy and None. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it's gonna be one of those battles where it's gonna be dope energy, some dope bars. But they both have, for some reason, have a lot of people that don't like them. I'm not understanding why. You understand what I'm saying? But hopefully tomorrow they show and prove, and, you know, prove to people why they're here. I think it's gonna be a dope battle. You feel me? So y'all definitely need to be in tune for that one. Chef Trez. I kind of agree with some of the points that Trez was making as far as like Wavy showing up with people who are either less experienced or he might have caught slacking. You understand? But when he run into people like John, you know, he didn't really do as well. So Wavy doesn't rebuttal. You understand? Wavy does have dope haymakers and dope punches, but Trez, he's one of those people that you can hit him with a haymaker that people is gonna think is gonna steal around from you, and he turn around, rebuttal this shit, and just steal your momentum. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like Trez is gonna take that battle. I feel like Trez is gonna take it possibly 2-1. You feel me? Clean was there as well. I don't really have much to say about Young X because I don't see much from Young X. You understand? I do see his name on flyers every once in a while on, you know, smaller leagues around the little DMV area and stuff like that. But nobody really talks about his battles. And as somebody that's on URL, to be taking battles on smaller leagues that nobody is talking about, obviously he isn't doing what he needs to be doing in these battles. You understand? I feel like if he was, or at least doing something spectacular, people would be, you know, blogging about them at least, or he would be on more people's radars, but he's not. And Clean Paper, man. Clean Paper just come with the jokes, the delivery. He has dope bars. His flow is crazy. Like, I feel like Clean is going to take the battle 3-0. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just how I'm calling that one. Holmesy. He was initially doing his face-off Dolo until they brought up him and Loso. Supposedly Loso ducked Holmesy, and Loso happened to be in the building. So Loso, once his name got brought up, he came and sat down, and him and Holmesy engaged in a face-off. Now, in a face-off, your job is to make your opponent look less than what people think they are, or at least bring them down to your level. And I feel like Loso did a great job of, I almost want to say he tried the little man Holmesy, because, you know, he basically showed that he's the biggest star. He showed that as far as him versus Holmesy happening, the ball is in his court. You understand? He said that the battle was brought to him and it wasn't a good situation, but the battle that he does have on URL that's locked in, it was a good situation. You understand? So that's why he happened to take it. So, you know, it's just showing the different levels. And it put Holmesy in a position where, against Big Cannon, he not only has to win the battle, but he has to have a spectacular performance. He just has to, because if he doesn't, then that face-off with him and Loso is going to hurt his value as far as that, and people are not going to want to see the battle. You understand? So I feel like him and Big Cannon is going to be a dope battle, but I feel like all of the pressure is on Holmesy to do well right now. You feel me? So let's see how he does with the pressure on his back now. You got a lot of people saying that Loso cooked him in the face-off. So with that pressure on his back, let's see how he fares tomorrow. You feel me? B Magic and Saga. Both of these guys, A1, is going to be a dope battle. You know, I don't want to see B Magic choking. I do not want to see that. If B Magic is on his choking shit tomorrow, Saga's going to kill him. You feel what I'm saying? Saga is one of those dudes that I feel is underrated, because when he's on his shit, he's on his shit and he's fire. You feel me? But if he isn't on his A game and Magic is, I feel like Magic is going to cook him. You feel what I'm saying? Magic, his punches are A1, his flow is A1. Like, if he's not coming choking and he's coming like with fire material, the only thing is Magic doesn't really have a lot of personality and charisma. It's just a whole bunch of just regular punching. And Saga, he's starting to work that into his material. So it's possible Saga could take the battle. You feel me? But I feel like overall it's just going to be a good battle if both of them are fully on their, on their shit tomorrow. So I'm actually hyped to see that battle. You know, initially I didn't know it was on the card, but that's a battle I definitely want to see. And main event, man, Jims and Tech 9. Now, here's my thing with Tech 9. I don't know Tech 9, so I don't really have no personal issue with the guy, but like, I respected him as an analyst on Champion, him being someone who's been around for a minute. But my thing is this: how he handled the whole Jims and Goods thing, where he pretty much kind of made Goods seem justified in it, and what they put out on Champion, I felt like it was a bad look. I felt like it was tasteless, and not to mention, it was just like he knew he was wrong in what he said. You understand what I'm saying? But when the battle finally gets locked in and it's time to promote, now you calling Jims pussy, you making fun of, the whole situation and shit like that. And you can't do that when it's clear as day that you're not like that yourself. You understand? And you got to take the examples into consideration. First of all, growing up, I watched wrestling. You understand? I wasn't heavy on it, but I caught it here and there. I watched a little bit of Raw. I watched a little bit of Nitrous, the WCW joint. And I paid attention to how wrestlers cut their promo. And when I watched you and Jim's trailer, your part kind of looked like what a wrestler would do. Like with the whole grabbing the mic and the, what you gonna do when the Hulk to run down on you? Like, it was like one of those type of things. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, if you're a battler and you're just a regular person, like, you cut your promo and you do it naturally. You understand? When you start doing all the extra acting and shit like that, trying to imitate a wrestler, it's like, bro, like, you watch wrestling that much? Like, you're that much of a fan of wrestling to the point that as a battle rapper, you're coming off like one? That right there, to me, was just some clear, weirdo, square stuff. You understand? And then combine that with you telling Jack Boy that y'all call the cops on people like him and stuff like that. It's just like, dog. You sit down with Jims and you start immediately making fun of the punch, calling him pussy and stuff like that. And it's like, with Jack Boy, you didn't have that same tone. You understand? You with this suburban, we call the cops, gated community type shit, and with Jims is all of a sudden you a gangster. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't respect that. You understand? It's clear you're not that type of person, so why do you be one way with this guy, and now because you seen that this guy went through something like that, you feel like you could do that with him? You understand what I'm saying? Like, to me, that was just tasteless. You feel what I'm saying? And that whole shit was whack. And the icing on the cake, Jim's brought the gloves out. You understand? He got tired of the talking. He went in the book bag. He pulled out the boxing gloves and said, let's fight. You understand? And you wanted zero smoke. You understand? I mean, it's it's not even a fist fight. I got boxing gloves, so the hits is going to be a little lighter on niggas. So y'all could have just, if you was really about that, you would have slipped them gloves on and you would have put your hands up and said, let's go. But you didn't even slip the gloves on to make it look like you wanted smoke. You understand what I'm saying? So, come on, man. If you're not like that, then don't promote in the, like, you could do the battle and the face-off and the trailers and shit. You can do that without trying to come off like a tough guy. But when you're doing it for the sole purpose that you seen somebody get sucker punched on camera, it's like, come on, man. That shit is corny. That shit corny. And it make me lose respect for you because you know damn well you're not like that. You understand what I'm saying? So that was just some corny shit altogether. And I want to go back to something that B Magic said in his face-off against Saga. You know, he a lot of people had a problem with this, but he said straight up like, yo, I don't do interviews because I don't be wanting to talk to y'all battle niggas. Y'all niggas is goofy, blah, blah, blah. And he's right. Battle rap is about a competitive sport. It's not about being friends with niggas. It's about jumping in that ring, killing niggas, and moving on to the next one and becoming the best. You understand? It's too many battle niggas that's like in groups. Like, how are you in groups trying to further the next man's objectives? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's dumb. You understand? And it even, you know, comes kind of to the bloggers when you got, you know, little teams of bloggers forming up and being under other people's shit because they can't make a dent in the game on their own. So, you know, they kind of have a hatred towards the motherfuckers who are on their own and actually have a valid word and, you know, can actually move and shake shit. And niggas is teaming up and not being able to make a dent. But that's a conversation for another story. But back to the battlers. You know, it's just, if y'all niggas don't know each other from before battle rap, then there's no reason niggas should be in all these groups and shit like that together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, focus on getting your bag, focus on getting your battles done and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's just my thoughts on the Survivor Series face-offs, man. Shout out to everybody that's on the card. Looking forward to seeing these battles tomorrow. And, shit, that's really all I got to say about that, man. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. Y'all already know what it is, man.